jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Man, that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
What up, it's your boy Roy Jones Jr. and right now you tune into World Combat Sports.
Shout out to Roy Jones, the legend himself, man. It's always a pleasure, you know what I'm saying, seeing him on the screen doing big things. Man, everyone that's in the building, man, salute to you. Big shout out to the supporters as always. You much appreciated. Sir Ken on deck, WCS salute. Salute to the wrenches, salute to the chat, smash the like button. Yes, sir. Big blunts and boxing on deck with it. What's good? What's the deal, OG? What's good with it, OG? How you feeling? What's good, chat? Jab the like button on the way in. Yes, sir. Max on deck, ATL to the world. What's good? Salute to you. Appreciate you. Cooking with Sir Senior on deck. Let's go WCS. What's good? Appreciate you. So the pretty much, you know, I didn't really put a lot of titles up there, you know, a lot in the description rather. I just want to kind of start briefly on the reality of boxing not being a cohesive sport. We've been hearing about boxers training at these UFC centers, you know what I'm saying? These UFC gyms where they give you a full one-stop shop. Anyone who's been following the channel know I did a live about this. I talked about how the UFC was opening up these type of gyms overseas in the States that you can go train. Some of them you can actually sleep there. You know, you can eat there. Fighters talking about they even have a place where you can, you know, have a smoothie or whatever, like pretty much a one-stop shop. And the conversation has pretty much dove into the big question as to why boxing doesn't have premier gyms that encompasses the sport. You know what I'm saying? Like UFC is a promotion. Okay, UFC is not MMA. UFC is a promotion for mixed martial arts. Boxing is a sport, but it's not one directive that associates it as you know, who is the approving authority for boxing. There isn't one. There's no approving authority for boxing. That's where the problem comes into play, because when we went through the pandemic, boxing damn near died. There was so many fighters up here struggling, man. They didn't have no other outlet. You know, not every fighter could be like Clay Collard, who was doing boxing and MMA. So, you know, he thrived regardless. You know, he was doing mixed martial arts where he could, boxing, you know, but going down to the UFC center, being able to go in there and now have boxers going in there to use their facilities, it just goes to show you how boxing has never had any type of superior growth to any other combat sport. Boxing should be at the top of the hierarchy. It should be so high in the welkin, right? It should be floating up there in the clouds. Man, we shouldn't even be talking about another sport even come close. Not just because boxing is annual, you know what I'm saying? And it's been in existence quite longer than a lot of combat sports. But we're talking about infrastructure. infrastructure. Where's the infrastructure of these boxing gyms? I'm not talking about region to region. I'm talking about a gym that you can go there and train, and it's somewhat like a mega facility. It's a franchise or something to that sort. It's where you can just build multiple infrastructures where boxers can go to this particular region and work out and feel comfortable doing it. No, we're using, not we, boxers are using the UFC facility. That's incredible. And I talked about this like several years ago, man. I was like, boxing is going to get left behind in a lot of ways because it's no primary focal point where you can say, if you want to go train here or spar here, whatever the case may be, hey, it's a good gym up here. I'm not talking about the gyms you just walk in off the street and it's somebody that's local that has a gym. We're talking about a premier facility. We're talking about the state-of-the-art equipment. State-of-the-art equipment. We're talking about 3 rings. Like if you go to in Cincinnati, if you go to Over the Rhine Boxing, they have 3 rings set up, and they have tournaments in there and all that. It's a very luxurious gym when it comes to boxing history. It's a lot of history that's on the wall in there, and it has all the fighters out of Cincy, man, Ohio, and all that. And it's really nice, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a mega facility. You walk in there, you have the rings, you have the cardio equipment, you have the amount of bags that you need. You have a place where if you wanted to wake up or go to sleep there, they have racks, they have dorms, they have restrooms. They even have like a little, eatery, food during a certain amount of hours. They have somebody on deck that maybe they can, get your hands wrapped. All this for a certain, a small fee or whatever. You know what I'm saying? A small fee. But when it comes down to the sport of boxing, you have to ask yourself, how, if all these people have money, right? And it's going into, like, you talk about how boxers get paid all this money. Why does the sport continue to seem like it's struggling if we're not putting on big fights? Like, the sport should be flourishing with all these boxers that's out there in the sport. The sport should be flourishing tremendously. But only certain like Canelo, for instance, all the money that's going in Canelo is not helping boxing. The UFC is putting money back into their promotion that's going to help the promotion. You know how it's going to help promotion? Because you're going to have fighters and individuals that have to sign up and pay a certain fee to go train at these UFC facilities. So they're giving back. They're contributing to the sport of mixed martial arts, because everyone who goes there, they have the mats, they have the cages, it's a multi-dynamic training arena. What is boxing giving back to the community as a whole? I don't know. It's just like all for one, one for all when it comes to these boxing gyms for the sport. All for one, one for all. It's nothing that pretty much you can see a sign or anything that you can tell somebody, man, this is the gym. I loved it when I was there. Like, you just had people that was talking about this, like we seen Louis King Kong Ortiz there, Wilder. Keyshawn was talking about on TBV. I did a live about this several years ago, people. I really want to try to go back and seek and I retrieve it. But I did a live about this exact same situation that's going on now, where boxers is going to end up going to the UFC training centers and start working out. What is this going to do to the local boxing gyms over there? they're going to lose business because the UFC training centers are much more state of the art than these regular boxing gyms. Some of them. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you, man. I'm just telling. That's all. That guy Clips, what's good? Timothy, what's it's not Timothy. Sir Sins, what's going on? What's going on? Eclipse, what's good? What's good? What's going on with your square? No doubt, for sure. You know what it is. What you think about this Anderson Silva versus Jake Paul fight? This is the way I see it, bro. Okay, because I always tell people there's a point in time where I pretty much frowned upon anything like this going on, but times have definitely changed, and I can't sit up here and continue to be. It seems like I'm agitated at what I'm witnessing when the fighters don't have a problem with it. So if the fighters don't have a problem with it, then I have to speak on it. I like Anderson Silva, right? He's a legend, obviously. He did have a little bit of boxing early in his career. That is a fact. You know, he I think he was he lost his first boxing match or something like that when he first came in, like 98. He lost his first boxing match, but he has a sprinkle, just a dab. You know what I'm saying? Just a dab of wasabi on his boxing. He just has a dab, but he did it right. He he has Muay Thai background, mixed martial arts, of course. He has his win in '05 against Julio Cesar de Jesus. You know, him fighting Jake Paul. I've said this time and time about what Jake Paul is trying to get across to the fans. When it was time for him to step in there with a boxer, so to speak, he didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it. So now we had Ben Askren, we had Tyron Woodley. You know what I'm saying? Like we was hoping and praying Hakeem Rothman Jr. would be in there next. So now comes along a 47-year-old MMA legends, 47 years old. Now we cannot sit up here and play stupid just because he knocked out Tito Ortiz. We can't do that. We can't play stupid like that. We can't do that because Tito Ortiz is old too. But Jake Paul is young, man. I don't see what he gets from this except Anderson Silva knocking out Tito Ortiz. Anderson Silva has been knocked out. I've seen, him play around, and Chris Weidman knocked him cold smack out. He's been in situations where, he could have been the victor, but he relied heavy in his elusive defense. And, he faced some losses. You know what I'm saying? It comes down to how young Jake Paul is, how old Anderson Silva is. I hope Anderson Silva doesn't go in there and get knocked out cold by Jake Paul, because we already seen that with Ben Askren and Tyron Woodley. We already seen that shit. We don't need another mixed martial artist to go in here for Jake Paul to knock out. I don't want to see the shit. His record is 34 victories, 11 losses. I told you the losses really don't matter like that in mixed martial arts, like they do boxing. It really don't matter. But Anderson Silva is a slick fighter. He could give Jake Paul some problems in certain areas, but he has been knocked out before, man. Seriously. He's been knocked out before. He's old. He's 47 years old, bro. Like, that's another thing about this sport. It is unforgiving if you don't make enough money doing your career to open up some type of business investment so you can start getting that residual income. I said it time and time again, and I keep on doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, to me, Anderson's too old to be going in there with even a fighter like Jake Paul. You know what I'm saying? I think he's too old. He's taken a lot of punishment in his career. You know what I'm saying? He's lost via punches, leg breaks, shit like that. But just because he don't have a lot of a lot of knockouts that was from punches and kicks. I'm just saying that the man still has taken a lot of punishment in his career. He has a lot of tread on the tires. You know what I'm saying? And he is a legend in mixed martial arts. But are we going to get anything out of this fight? Yeah, we're going to get some out of it. You know why? Because the sport is desperate to see what Jake Paul has next. You know what I'm saying? We kind of got the idea that tickets weren't selling and all this other shit. It was too dangerous of a fight for him to step in there with Hakeem Rothman. Now he's coming back with Anderson Silva. You know what I'm saying? Now he's coming back with Anderson Silva. And the fight's supposed to be like October 29th, the end of next month. I don't know how Anderson Silva is going to do. He's a very good striker when he's using his hand and his feet. That we know. His all-around combat cachet, the weaponry that he's learned over a lifetime when he was younger, oh man, beautiful to watch. But now, much older, I don't know, bro. I don't know. There's a point in time where I said that I'd never say Jake Paul would beat Anderson Silva. But this dude is 47 years old now, bro. I still will watch it, to be honest. Because I'm a fan of Anderson Silva. I'm a fan of Anderson Silva. I'm not a fan of Jake Paul. I'm not. Silva down for the boxing circus. He is, because right now, look at it like this, y'all. Look at it like this. These fighters fight. And that's why I tell people you can't blame them for trying to make as much money as they possibly can. Because then you might be able to invest some money or build something that you can start building up off your brand, off your name, and have fighters start, coming up to your facility. Not only that, you have merchandise. The merchandise should have been established while you was fighting, not when you're old and decrepit. And they say, what the fuck we gonna buy his merchandise for? Try to get some type of a piece of equipment, fighting equipment that you can sell in the mainstream stores. Not everybody has the opportunity, but what I'm trying to say is Anderson is 47 years old. His sons fight too. Why are we looking at these fighters who's fighting way past their prime in a combat sport and don't have any concern about the damage they taking? This is crazy. That's why Jake Paul is taking advantage of these names, because he has the money to put up. He's handing these fighters the biggest payday of their career. And these fighters like Anderson Silva and Vitor Belfort. As a matter of fact, 330, I forgot to tell you about Vitor Belfort. Jake Paul turned down the fight with Vitor Belfort. He thought that was a two look, and he damn right too. He thought that was too much of a dangerous fight. Vitor was trying to get the fight with Jake Paul. Jake Paul said, "Nah." Vitor would have put that whooping on Jake Paul because he actually know how to box. Look back in the day, peel back the reel, you know what I'm saying, and watch. How Vitor Belfort used to fight back in the day. His hands was quick, god damn it. So he go to a more pace setting striker in Anderson Silva. Silva tried to showboat, he have his hands down and then he'll punch you here and there. And, it depends on what his opponent is like. Is this fight with him and Jake Paul, should it be somewhat entertaining? Yeah. But Anderson Silva's boxing skills and the volume for which he distributes his punches is not as exciting as I would see for Vitor Belfort. That's my opinion. I don't think it's the same. I don't think, watching Anderson Silva, who was a very predatory striker. I mean, he just basically set traps for his opponent. He has some of the most beautiful stoppages. But also, when he played around and, he had his hands down with Chris Weidman. Chris Weidman stuck to the fundamentals and ended up landing that three-peat, pop, 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 pop. And down goes Anderson. Down goes Anderson. I mean, knocked him out. Does he still have some competitiveness in him, yeah. But look where he knocked out Tito Ortiz at. That's not impossible. He was up in the corner, and Tito rushed in like it was the old glory Pride Glory days, and he got his ass knocked the fuck out. That's not anything. If you look at Tito Ortiz's head, you should say, okay, cool. I mean, I understand why you got knocked out. Your head is the size of a freaking mini trash can, dog. Like 3 or 4 cantaloupes standing on top of each other. It's not difficult to miss that target. But that's what I'm looking at with Jake Paul, man. I see Jake Paul winning this only because, he has the money. Anderson Silva's washed up a little bit. He's on the back end of his career. And I feel like if Jake Paul can land something on the older, antiquated Anderson Silva at 47 years old, he can stop him. It's going to be fucked up, but we just seen Evander Holyfield get stopped by Vitor Belfort. I'm just telling you. Holyfield thought he can go in there. He get ripped up and shredded, do a commercial. I'm ready. 1, 3, 4. Shit, it's over. It's over. Come on, man. Don't be mad at people when you're walking out the arena that the referee stopped the fight. Bro, you had too many of these fights to know how the system works. You know how the rhythm and flow works there, Bandit. Come on, man. Come on, dog. I agree, Scotty. I don't want Silva to lose, but this might be the fight that Jake can truly earn my respect as a prize fighter. Not a boxer, not quite yet. I respect that, 330. Of all people, I respect what you say, but I cannot respect Jake Paul as a prize fighter for beating up a 47-year-old Anderson Silva, dog. A 47-year-old Anderson Silva, I can't respect that. I want him to knock out a young fighter that's up and coming. Man, I want him to knock out somebody with credence, man. Where's the value of Anderson Silva? You just put names. Look what he's done. He's a boxer. And people talking about padding records. He's padding records just like everybody else that get criticized for padding records. But since it's Jake Paul, they're pretty much just smoothing over what he's doing. Oh, there was fighters, though. Yeah, everybody that's on a padded record were fighters. They can have an 0-1 record to a 1-0 record. But Ben Askren, hip surgery, retirement, done. He gets knocked out. Tyron Woodley, 5-time welterweight world champion, one of the best in the game. He goes in here, have 2 fights. 2 fights. Goes the distance in the first. Now, if Tyron Woodley can go the distance with Jake Paul, I mean, a lot of people can. Goes back in there, and the infamous freaking, twitch your right hand, boom, knockout. Yeah, let's go. I'm just saying, now Anderson Silva, in my opinion, is a much more of an elder when it comes to this combat sensei. Like, Anderson Silva is so schooled as a martial artist, just so schooled, man, skilled, educated. I'm gonna feel some type of way if Jake Paul goes in there and knock this man out. Anderson Silva is signing up for it because this is, a big paycheck for him. But I'm gonna feel some type of way, man. I'm gonna feel bad for Anderson, because he's really trying to take this shit to a different level. Because before Jake Paul, Anderson has another, I think he has another exhibition boxing match, that he had previously, and that went to a draw. You know what I'm saying? That was in Dubai. He fought Bruno Acevedo. That one went to a draw. And then he about to turn around and step in there October 29th against Jake Paul. Jake Paul, do your thing, man. I mean, you getting the contracts done. I just hope Anderson Silva ain't knocked out like Tyron Woodley. I really want him to shock me so I can come on here and apologize. Feel me? Andrew say, in the theory of Silva, should still be a threat to Jake, even at his age. But I suppose Jake does not have limited fight experience himself now. Okay. If we're talking about a straight up boxer that had much more experience in boxing than Drew, I would give you that credit because Floyd is much older. He went in there against a heavier Logan Paul, and his experience showed. That's Floyd Mayweather. But what I'm talking about, he's still old. He's still old. But with Anderson Silva, though, boxing wasn't his primary forte. It was blended in the entire cachet of weaponry that he learned, his striking disciplines. It was combined. Everything that he learned over the years just encapsulated him as a full-fledged mixed martial artist, fighting overseas in the States, all that shit. But I really, as much respect as I have for Anderson Silva, I really don't want to see him get knocked out and have Jake Paul put him on his record. Askren, Woodley, Silva. Damn. Now Silva's legend. He's going to be a legend. That's a good thing about mixed martial arts. They don't care what you do in the boxing shit. If you use a legend in mixed martial arts, they consider you a legend in mixed martial arts. They don't give a damn about that boxing shit. I know this Jake likes fighting older blacks with the name. Yeah, he's trying, man. But you know what? I can't really say older blacks because Tyron Woodley really needed the money. And he still, when I saw him down here in Atlanta, I even told people, I said, man, that's going to be next. That's going to be next, man. He's down here for a reason with his boy. So his boy Ben went up in here, and then they put the shit where Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley was jarring back and forth back there. And Jalen Love was trying to tell Tyron Woodley, this boxing gloves right here, man. This boxing gloves right here. What you know about that? And I knew something was going to materialize from that. And it happened too, twice. The only thing about it, in these exhibition bouts, you just can't come back and fight somebody else to have like a title eliminator to get back in the ring and fight them again. Yeah, Jake ducked Vitor Belfort, man. He didn't want that smoke, shouting. I was trying to forget that Evander Holyfield fiasco, shaking my head. Yeah, man, I tried to. And then every time I did, I seen him down, touching canvas and shit. I was like, oh my God, Evander. You are in tremendous shape for your age, real talk. But Evander is one of those guys where you know what it is with Evander. He has, a lot of kids, which is nothing to say to me. A lot of money with any little kids. Nothing to come in here for me. No, that's family. You know what I'm saying? Nothing, no resistance here from me. And when he was boxing, made the money, he spent it how he spent it. So he's steadily trying to, make that money back. I was in Vegas and I called and I text a champ. I said, I heard you're gonna be in MGM Grand. When you get here, can I get an interview? Like I do everyone, if I have their number, like I do everyone. This brother told me, you can get me 2 or 3 tickets. Yeah, I think about showing up. I say, okay. All right. I ain't gonna put your name out there again, but dude, you was on some shit, dog, man. Come on, man. Come on, bro. He said, you get me 2 or 3 tickets. We can make some shit happen. But man, let's hope this works out well for you, Anderson Silva, man. I know you're a tremendous athlete. Your sons are in the game now competing. You're pretty much training them. 47, man. I don't know, man. I really don't know if Jake Paul is the one. Like one bad habit of Anderson Silva, he always want to try to have his hands down by his knees. And he just want to try to give you the left to right, the lateral movement effect, like he sees everything. Even vision, okay, has a lot to do with the message headquarters up top, the neurological system. Okay. You might see some shit just like boxers. They tell you, I see the punches coming, but I can't move out the way. I see them. I've been doing this. I see him twitch. I see the shoulder move. He about to throw but I can't get out the way. That's what I'm talking about. Anderson, are you going to see Jake Paul right hand and be able to move out the way? I hope so, bro. Because I don't want him bragging on your name, Anderson. I don't want him bragging on your name for real. But, man, shout out to the UFC for opening up these training centers, man. They're outstanding. I've been in several already. I've been in some several times already. Very good. I like it. I really wish I could have invested in one myself. I think I still can. I would definitely like to see what is the site fee, to try to build up one of those training centers. It'll be great. I mean, that'll be that your money ain't going nowhere. It's gonna be right there. It's never going anywhere. And that's the thing to be, man. UFC brand itself speaks volumes. So you can't use shit with the UFC on it unless they know something about it. But as far as the gym goes, man, that's the shit. That's gonna be the shit for a long time, man. And then they're gonna continue to improve it, upgrade it, and have these fighters come here. It's gonna be very, very nice, very nice. You know what I'm saying? And then just imagine this: open up one of these. I think one of the UFC training centers has a indoor track. So, man, the place is unbelievable. It's very, very nice. It's just the boxing. There's no way for us to even say that. Can we reach out to the union? Is there a union in boxing? No, it's not a union. So how do we group the sport together to talk about things that can improve the sport? It's no way unless you have people over here, people over there, people everywhere, that somebody with some clout, somebody with some not experience, but some authority, somebody with some experience, somebody in a high position, get together and try to come up with putting some money together and building up some boxing facilities. You know what I'm saying? And name it in a way that it still attaches itself to combat sports, but boxing doesn't really have to be the name. It can just be something like the UFC is this promotion. We really don't want a boxing promotion on it, because then that promotion, you know what I'm saying, will get the primary proceeds. And you're not going to have a boxing arena with Top Rank and PBC on it. It's not going to happen, y'all. But at least you understand what I'm talking about. Like, it doesn't really have to be the sport itself. It can be something that's closely related to it. But man, I hope they get that shit together. Gervonta Davis, man, he's been on record. I mentioned this earlier about his opponent, Isaac Cruz. The buzz has been that people really want him to fight Isaac Cruz again. But I even said this after Rolly Romero lost. I said Rolly Romero should fight Isaac Cruz. He should fight Isaac Cruz, man. Let's get this over with. Let's see who's strong. Let's see can Rolly Romero prevent himself from getting a second loss. Now, if that is indeed the case, if he wants them to fight, then I can't see Isaac Cruz being the dance partner for the Gervonta in December. So scratch him off the list. We still have Ryan Garcia up there. What a lot of people want. A lot of people want it to be Ryan Garcia. If you're gonna step to the A, English speaking fighter who caters to the Hispanic community, you know what I'm saying? That's cool. That's what we need. And Ryan Garcia has a personality. Mario Barrios didn't have a personality. And look, we're talking about Yorkis Gamboa. Man, I'm talking about his personality is like tree sap. Seriously. That shit like tree sap. Every time you ask him, he know English. You ask him a question in English, he get this look, he's frowned up like, mm-hmm, I said, come on, Gabor. You know English, bro. We've heard you speak English. But he has no personality. But Ryan Garcia coming down here, another Latino fighter, if that is indeed his opponent, I mean, it'll be good. We'll get to finally see Ryan Garcia get this Southern love. You know what I'm saying? That Gervonta has been distributing. You know what I'm saying? Because every fighter that he's fought down here in the A has been stopped. What better person to freaking have down here than Ryan Garcia? I don't know if I'll be in attendance to try to get the money shot with that, to be able to get that photo op, but I hope so. I really hope I am, because I want to see. I wouldn't mind seeing Gervonta fight, Ryan Garcia. Real talk, I wouldn't mind that fight. I'm trying to think of who else could be open. He cannot come with no bullshit about any other fighter. It cannot be JoJo. Man, it can't be none of them dudes. It can't, bro. You can't bring that down here and expect people to come out. And, they know Gervonta, this is his second home. He can't bring no JoJo Diaz down here, bro. He can't bring no Nakatilia. Man, he can't get Vasil Lomachenko. Even though he can, if Vasil Lomachenko was coming down here, it'll be on and popping too. Real talk. It'll be on and popping. I'm trying to find out some tier names that he can bring. He couldn't even bring Frank Martin down here, man. Seriously. Just because that's Errol Spence fighter, you couldn't even bring Frank Martin down here, because he's just coming off a fight with Jackson Mariñez. Bro, nobody don't want to see. Not yet. No, you can't come down there. Man, it's slim pickings, right? It's very slim pickings of who to come down to the ATL and fight Gervonta Davis. Very, very slim. Nakatani, no. Devin and Campos is tied up. Lomachenko's tied up. It will have to be somebody of a worthy cause, so to speak. And it doesn't get too deep when you talk about worthy causes. It doesn't get too deep in the 135-pound division. So, you're talking about 140, it changes things now. It absolutely changes now. If he was to bring, 140, he fights 140, and he's fighting Teofimo Lopez, that changes things. that shit right there, it's not happening, but I'm saying he comes down here and his next fight is with Teofimo Lopez, it absolutely changes everything. But that's not going to happen. Who else can be down here? Can't be no Jose Cepeda. Don't nobody know Cepeda like that. Regis Prograis. Regis Prograis fought down here on the Triller card, and he stopped the guy. He stopped Ivan Redkach because it was a debacle. Ivan quit. Talking about he got hit in the nuts, and the camera clearly shows him and Amir Khan got it wrong. But Regis Prograis, Gervonta Davis. First of all, he's not going to fight Regis Prograis, but I think people come out and watch that fight. I think so. You know what I'm saying? Gary Antoine Russell, two black fighters in the A. I mean, they'll definitely come out and check it out, because it's Black Hollywood. They'll come out and check that. But not to go too much on the hypotheticals, man. I'm thinking, I'm not for sure. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not for sure. Even I've heard already who it might be. But I'm just not even gonna try to even attempt to put that shit out, because boxing be switching up shit all the time, man. But yeah, he's definitely gonna be here for real. I'm still looking for the Caleb Plant and Anthony Durrell fight. I like that. He's talking about he want to fight Canelo Alvarez again, and then David Benavidez. I mean, come on, man. We need somebody to really fight David Benavidez. We need a Mar Charlo. We need somebody with some cojones, man, to just give him the fight we're looking for. And shout out to David Benavidez going to all these YouTube channels. We appreciate you, visiting the avenue, man, and pulling up and talking on these panels, man. That's good shit. You know what I'm saying? That's good shit. That's good of you, David. I appreciate you. I mean, I ain't had you on my panel yet, but I appreciate you. Shout out to Keyshawn Davis, right? And Bomac. Keyshawn Davis and Bomac was on TBV. It was good to see Team Crawford in Vegas, switching it up, getting some sparring in. Of course, Keyshawn has a fight coming up. So, Bomac, B&B, they on the move. So they had a damn good interview today or the other day with Boba, on TBV. And Keyshawn was pretty much speaking his confidence, you know what I'm saying, not only for himself, but other fighters that he's around training. He feels that if he was to fight Rolly Romero, Keyshawn said he will fuck him up. He said if he was to fight Ryan Garcia, he will fuck him up. I would like to see a couple of those fights for Keyshawn Davis. For real. I would like to see him. I got, it's a different type of respect I got for Keon because of the way he acts. I remember seeing him, Keyshawn rather. I remember seeing him when he wasn't even professional yet in Newark. That's the first time. Look, that's the first time I seen Keyshawn. Much more slimmer dude. He don't put some muscle, a little bit more muscle on now, but he wasn't even professional yet. But shout out to him and his brothers, man, Calvin, Keon. Shout out to them cats. They doing it. They keeping it professional. They continue to work on their professionalism in front of the camera. And check out that video by TBV. I don't want to go too far into it, but he was just talking about. He was talking about the UFC training center too, but he was just talking about his upcoming fight. How he said something that was very important. He said at one point in time they were saying Keyshawn is the next great. And then he felt the temperature change to, oh, now they ain't sure. And he said, as a fighter, yeah, you think about that. Because 1 minute they saying you're the next great, and then you come and have an okay fight, and they say, not so much. So now he's talking about moving. He's talking about going into the ring and making the fights way, way more and bringing a more tenacious type attitude to the fight. Going in there trying to put on a show, you know what I'm saying? Putting forth pure aggressiveness. You know what I'm saying? Getting volatile. He wants to impress the fans, turning up. He wants to start off much more faster and get it in, man. And shout out to him, man. Much respect to them brothers. Seriously. And you have the main event, Stevenson and Conseil, they're going to be fighting. I know that's going to be a damn good fight. I know a lot of people think it's going to be one way, but I think it's going to be a good fight, really good fight, man. Shout out to the Emperor himself, Shakur Stevenson, man. Go in there and get that shit, continue to grow, and then hopefully we can hear your next fight being with Hector Garcia for the 130 unification with that WBA belt. I really hope so, bro. I really hope Shakur Stevens is able to unify 130 and move up to 135. The quicker he get it done, the quicker he move. Because I don't think he's defending him. I think he's going to do just like Crawford. If he's able to unify the entire division, he's going to move up. He's going to win them, achieve it, and then vacate and move up to 135. That's what I think. However, if Silva beat him, that would be amazing. Yeah, I would cheer to the highest ceiling, I'll say, God damn, Silva, I'm so proud of you. But I just don't think it's gonna happen, man. This is all about Jake Paul. It's all about the Paul. That's all I'm saying. 47-year-old Foreman, maybe. Well, when Foreman fought Michael Moore, he was 45. When George Foreman fought Michael Moore, he was 45. You know what I'm saying? And you have to understand this. to that guy was that Foreman had took about 10 years off the sport. So during that 10 years, he wasn't boxing like that. I mean, you're talking about a guy who took a decade off from the sport, man, because he got beat. Foreman had those demons, man. He had to fight off those demons that he was going through from losing that fight. So you talk about his body being preserved, returning back to the sport, and doing what he was able to do against Michael Moore, 45. Come on, dog. Yes, sir. Shout out to Big George. King Mitch on deck. Salute that, Mitch. Come back, what up? What's good with it? Jake Paul has power to KO Silva for sure. Silva be out there bullshitting sometimes, so it can happen. Paul should open as the favorite, though. Yeah, he does be out there bullshitting, and I do believe if Jake Paul lands a good shot on Silva's chin at this era, at this time in his career, yeah, he can potentially knock Anderson out. Now, back in the day, you wouldn't get me agreeing with this shit at all. Even with him doing mixed martial arts, I say, no, he ain't knocking him out. He's too experienced. Anderson's going to make a miss and all this, that, and other. But I don't know. Vitor can't pass a urine test. His piss might be more contaminated than Big Pharma, a.k.a. Big Baby Miller. Well, you know, I heard Danny say this on TBV, and I put a comment in the chat. And I was like, y'all have to understand, when Vitor was popping during the TRT days, TRT used to be legal for athletes to use until USADA banned it, okay? Because it was doing wonders for a lot of fighters. Tito Ortiz, man, you know, he didn't pop dirty as much as people are saying he did. He didn't. He didn't pop dirty like people was thinking he did. He just was doing the TRT days. He did have his run-ins for a little bit, but he wasn't popping like no Jarrell Miller, who had like 16.66, you know, 5 different types of freaking liquids in his veins. And had a golf ball on his ass. Tank does not want to rematch Pitbull. I think he does, man. I think Tank wants to do it, and it's going to be much easier. I keep on telling people, Tank Davis' fight with Isaac Cruz is going to be somewhat similar to the Argentinian OG Marcus Maidana, man. I'm telling you, it looked tough in the first fight, and Floyd made it look easy in the second. Same with Tank. He's going to make Isaac Cruz think about that fight. Once he's in it, he's going to be like, damn, he's fighting a totally different fight now. Some dude in another chat called Big Baby Miller, Dick Gravy Miller. I was down laughing. Dog, he like eating, boy. Look, anybody, I don't know how many of you in this chat seen Jarrell Miller. But Jarrell Miller is not a small guy. Let's be clear. Jarrell Miller is a big motherfucker, dog. Seriously. Shout out to Trick Noti in the building. What's good with the Trick? He say salute. WCS late hour, and now I'm at work. Listen, also chat good. Salute the Trick, man. Trick behind the scenes, man. No doubt. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, man. His personality like tree sap, man. You just waiting for shit to happen, and you discouraged. You want to be like, man, what the fuck, dog? Do we have to? We have to. Is he gonna do something different? Look, Javante was kind of trying to talk shit to Yorkis Gamboa. Still hardly nothing, huh? Man, I'm glad that press conference was over. They should match Pitbull Cruz with the guy that stopped Rayo, simple as Coleman. No, hey, people can't start turning their back on Rayo. That's all I was hearing across the YTC. Rayo, oh, he's coming up. Rayo. And then they showed that video, him and Rolly. No, they should fight too. They both been knocked out. Both of them come off a knockout loss, man. Them two fight next, god damn it. If it's no Isaac Cruz, put Rayo in there with Rolly. Have them two fight. Something. Because Rayo got stopped in the third round. Get your back up off the wall. Lady. What you gonna do? Anyway. I would love for Ryan Garcia to go to sleep. Man, We would love for Ryan Garcia to go to sleep down here in the A, man. We'd love him to go to sleep so we can throw them rose petals on his ass. Sleep, 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 I say, sleep. Enjoy your southern comfort. Sleep, I tell you, sleep. We warn you, don't come down here to the ATL, but you did anyway. And listen, it takes more than one chain to be a part of the black culture. You understand me? EMT, get him out of here. Get him out of here. Ryan's true fight is him refusing to come out the closet. Oh my goodness. Damn. We got people 45 minutes before Wednesday. They said Brian's true fight is him coming out the closet. Just disrespectful. I've grown on board with Tank versus Ryan fight running. I like it. I like it. Ryan Garcia, aka Queen Sombrero, is on some Tevin Campbell shit. Man, I don't. Where y'all seeing that at? Where y'all seeing all this zestiness at? Where's he pretending to be Mr. Zesto? Where's he pretending to be Mr. Zesto? Please do tell. Where is Ryan Garcia emitting these types of behavior in public? Please, somebody put a picture, a link, or something. Can you make sure Rayo called out Pitbull after he lost? You seen that? Hey, because he feel that he got to get back on track. I like that though. I like what Rayo did. I like. Ain't fighting no true 140 anytime soon. Golden Shower Girl Promotions pulled up on Fortuna for his last fight. They'll do the same for at least 2 more fights. I give Red Cash credit for his commitment to faking his injury. He did, man. He did. Look, Red Cash couldn't handle this ATL chocolate, bro. He saw these black people around. And Red Cash he looked uncomfortable. You know, Tank had already put him out on blast in that sparring session when he was on noodle legs. I don't think he ever got over that. It might be some PTSD. When I saw him down at the deli, dude was with one person. You know what I'm saying? He looked like he was ready to go then. You know, but man, he quit against Regis Progress. He absolutely did. Too much to be getting stopped in 3 rounds. Jose Benavidez looking real funny in the light right now. Man, look. He's just in the camp being trained. Something wasn't. Look, doesn't the fighter have to make adjustments too? They're fighting. He might have just had the wrong type of adjustments going on, man. He didn't know what to do. For real. I got hopes for Keyshawn. Very impressive young man. Yes, sir. Red Cash was on his Amir Khan shit. No doubt, man. Yeah, he was. Keyshawn Davis will go through the bullshit just like Shakur did. Most black fighters go through that bullshit, get labeled boring, criticized for overwhelming performance. Yeah, that's what Keyshawn said. You know, people was calling him a lot. And he saw the temperature change. He felt it. He felt it, y'all. He felt it. But hey, I'll be back on here tomorrow. I just came on here a short period of time today. Just some boxing talk 101. Appreciate y'all interaction, man. I gotta bounce. Hey, y'all turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports and keep on rocking with the channel. Hit the like button out the door. I'm out.